Good morning and welcome to Zen Fits. Let's see what fits today. I love that title because it's ambiguous. I mean, it can go either way. Are you having a fit? Are you going mad? Or does something fit? Which is it? Zen Fits. Well, yesterday I talked about the wire in the sandwich. And I'm still kind of working with that and letting it perk a little bit. And today it's connecting with Theseus and the Minotaur, this great Greek mythic story that has been my favorite myth of all times. And it keeps coming back to me, giving me wisdom and insight. And that's the way a myth should work. It should be a guide. It should be a guru. It should be a fairy godmother. It should be your angel. It should be the story that awakens you from your story. It should be something that is living inside, that keeps informing you. So that's the way Theseus and the Minotaur works for me. And so I'm connecting it up today with yesterday's story, which was the wire in the sandwich. Now the wire in the sandwich can have many meanings, but basically it's, why is there a wire in my good intentions? In other words, when we have good intentions, great expectations, we find a wire in it. There's a wire in it. I thought everything was so good. I thought the plan was so great. I thought we were doing so good. I had such good intentions. Why is there a wire in it, you see? So let's explore that. So let me just refresh your memory about Theseus and the Minotaur. Theseus was the son of the king of Athens, and Athens had lost a war with Crete, an island empire, and they had to bring the best of their youth, 6 boys, 6 girls, every year, to go in and sacrifice to the Minotaur. Now the Minotaur, Crete's wife, I forgot all their names, I have to refresh that. But his wife had made love to the bull of the sea, which was Poseidon. They're always mixing up gods and humans and stuff. But anyway, she gave birth to the Minotaur, which was head of a bull, body of a man. Okay, half animal, half bull. So this, again, is some significance. Half animal, half human. Animal nature, human nature. And it was so ugly that the king had him put in a labyrinth. But he had to be fed. And so the sacrifice of the Athenians, every year they had to sacrifice their best to the Minotaur. And so Theseus, the son of the king, the sun god, the hero, said, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to go and kill that Minotaur. I'm going into the labyrinth and kill the Minotaur. Now, if you read Eckhart Tolle, you want to see the psychological meaning of this. What is the Minotaur? Well, in Eckhart Tolle's language, it's the pain body. It's the wire. It's the wire in the sandwich. It's the pain body. No matter what I do, I get pain out of it. I get disappointment. It's not satisfactory. Something's missing. There's a wire in it. I really wanted this good car, and when I thought I had this car, or this relationship, or this job, everything would be perfect. But there's a wire in it. What is that wire? You see, what is this pain body? It's hidden in the labyrinth. And what's the labyrinth? My own mind. So I have to go into my own mind to find the wire, to find the pain body. So Theseus is prepared to go into the labyrinth and kill the Minotaur, find the wire. Not out there, but in his own. See, this is where mythology is like Zen Fits. Is it about the outside world, or is it about the inside? Is it about others, or is it about me? Which is it, you see? It's like Zen Fits. Which is it? So we're looking at it from both ways. It's a story about going out into the world and finding the wire in the world, getting, is Trump a wire? Do we, whatever. I'll get back to that. So we're going into the labyrinth And once you get in there, even if you kill, you can't get out. There's no way out. You're lost in the fog. You're lost in the fragmentation of my own mind, my own stories. You see. So Ariadne is there. Ariadne is the daughter of the king of Crete, and she wants to get off this island, get away from this father. She wants to escape. And I was calling to a friend to come in. She wants to escape, so she sees Theseus there, and she recognizes the hero, and she says, "Psst, come here, I can tell you, if you promise to marry me and take me off this island, I'll tell you how to get out of the labyrinth, because I know about that thing. My father built it." And so he said, okay. So she said, here, take this ball of yarn, the golden thread, and when you go in there, you unravel it. And then when you kill the Minotaur, you can follow the thread out of the labyrinth. And he says, great, thank you. So he does that. He takes Ariadne's thread, and he unravels it, and he goes into his own mind, and he comes out. He kills the Minotaur. He kills the wire. He kills the pain body because he sees it. You see, in psychology, in Eckhart Tolle, in the wisdom teachings, in the liberation philosophies, seeing directly is the sword that kills the Minotaur. Otherwise, all the stories say you're running from if you turn and look you think there's a lion following you, you're running and running, you turn and look and it's a pussycat. You see. So he kills the Minotaur and he comes out, you see. So, and then, of course, he and Adri leave, and the story continues. There's one more section to the story. He breaks up with Ariadne. They stop on an island, and she falls in love with Dionysius or something, and he goes on home and he leaves her. And but the irony of the story is that when he left his home, his father, the king, and he said, well, when I come back, if with my fleet, and if I'm flying a white flag, I have succeeded in killing the Minotaur. If I have a black flag, will have been killed. So they're coming back, and he forgets about the flag, and he accidentally flies the black flag, and his father, Aegeus, sees the black flag, and in his despair, he jumps into the sea, and it's called the Aegean Sea. Aren't these stories so beautiful? So Theseus becomes the king of Athens and so forth and so on. But the main story of Theseus and the Labyrinth is that you must remember that the psychological understanding is that the labyrinth is my own mind, and hidden in there is a pain body that I'm avoiding to look at, and that all of my great expectations, all of my strategies, all of my efforts, you see, are basically ways of not turning and seeing that Minotaur. And once I see him, once I look directly, this is what Zen is: looking directly, seeing just the facts, just the feelings. It's not the story. It's just the feelings. Just seeing directly. You see, the Minotaur goes poof, because it's a myth. It doesn't really exist. So the idea here is that we live in a mythology, that we're all living in a story of our life. We're all living in our mythology. And it's a labyrinth because we can't get out of our story with a story, you see. We have to see that our stories, that our mythology is just a dream. It's just a myth. It's just poof. And then we land back on the earth and we look around and there was no labyrinth. We look around and there never was a Minotaur. We look around and we've always been here. We look around and we see the world, we see our family, we see our wives, husbands, we see ourselves for the first time, clear, directly, and it's beautiful. All the stories, the labyrinth, Ariadne, Theseus, the Minotaur, poof, was all a dream. Poof, you see, was all a dream. And that's the Zen Fit for today. Thanks for dropping in. Oh, good.